What's going on, YouTube? And what's for dinner? I'll tell you what's going on over here. We're gonna make my mom's variation of tuna noodle casserole. So I've already got egg noodles, my favorite kind of noodle, and we've already boiled them up. What I did was go ahead and boil them pretty much when they were about in minute 1 or 2 before completion. I took some mixed vegetables, which would be these peas, corn, carrots, and green beans that are all mixed all in here, and they were frozen, and I threw them in like in the last 1 or 2 minutes, so they got a head start. And next we're gonna add some chicken, because this is going to be a chicken tuna noodle casserole. And then we're going to add our, canned tuna. And we're going to go ahead and throw it in here with some Cremo chicken, which would be that stuff right there, which is the generic brand that we've got at the store. Mix all this stuff together. And then we're going to throw breadcrumbs on top. And I'm gonna do a little experiment because I was talking with a friend of mine earlier and we had a dispute over whether cheddar or Swiss would be better. Those are the only two cheeses I have in the house, so we're gonna do a little half and half, some with cheddar and then breadcrumbs on that side, and then we're gonna do some Swiss on this side and some breadcrumbs over top of that, because I love when the breadcrumbs get all crispy with the noodles and baked and all that stuff. I'm gonna cook at about 375, probably about 35-40 minutes, but we'll go ahead and get a better estimate after we're in the oven. So we're gonna mix all this stuff up and get on going. And one quick note about the chicken before I throw it in the whole mix. These are pretty much just chicken breast all cut up. What did I use? I used lemon peel, a little bit of ground white pepper. It's pretty much the same thing every time. I like that kind of setup. Some garlic powder, not salt. Some onion powder. And a little tiny bit of seasoning right about when it was almost done. So that's the background on this chicken. Now we're gonna add it to the mix. Let's get cooking. Alright, and once you get it all mixed and everything, this is what we're gonna have going on. So as you see on the left side, we've got some sharp cheddar. This is just for you, Chucks. I've got cheese on the left, cheese on the right, and we've got Swiss on the right and cheddar on the left. This pretty much came up from an argument from me and my buddy that we were talking about earlier today, which would be better on here, and we couldn't come up with which one would be better. So I'm going to be the guinea pig, and I'm going to make white cheese and cheddar. And we're going to go ahead, throw this in, and before we throw it in, we're going to go ahead and coat a little bit. Nah, it's not going to really cut it. We're going to need to go ahead and coat a little bit on here, some breadcrumbs. That's what I think anyway. And we're going to go ahead, throw these breadcrumbs on there. Bam, breadcrumb container empty. And we're going to go ahead and cook this up. We're not going to use that lid. We're going to bake it wide open, and we're going to do, what are we at, 375. We're going to go for, I don't know, until we see these, until we see the cheese is all melted, and the breadcrumbs and the top of the noodles are starting to get a little crispy. I think that will be good, but I think that's normally how we do it anyway. I think this time I'm going to go right before that, if I can catch it, then throw the lid on there, and then we're going to go ahead and cook it a little bit longer. Maybe we're going to get a little extra moisture built into it. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's try that this time. I've tried a bunch of other methods, and all the other normal methods that you should be using, and this one I've never done, so we're going to try it as an experiment. So let's do it. Alright, we'll be back in a second. Alright, well, let's get to that, and we will see how good this stuff tastes, and whether yellow cheese or white cheese is the best. One other thing I did before I tossed this thing into the Inferno was add just a little bit of water. I only had 1 can of the cream of chicken, so I figured, water it down a little bit. So I threw a little bit of water in there, so add that to the documentary. Come on, food. Here it is. I just pulled it out of the oven and it looks awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it and throw it back in the oven for, I don't know, maybe another 5 or 10 minutes, just to give it that internal type cook. Yeah. Alright, and here's what we've got. As you can see on the left hand side, we've got all that cheddar goodness, and we've got that Swiss awesomeness on the right hand side. And for the most part, it is nice and crispy on the top. Got a bunch of crispiness all over the place. And we're going to go ahead and try this up, and I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Alright, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun, happy stuff down below. And don't forget to tune in next time when we find out what's for dinner.